This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Wednesday today, which means I'm answering a question posed by my loyal viewer. Basically, I'm doing this kind of thing on a Wednesday now, so if you've got any questions, anything that you're curious about that's remotely music or guitar related, then drop me a line, jrguitartuition@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the comments below this video, or you can use the contact form on my website. You can see the address at the top of the screen there, and the link is in the description. Get in touch via one of those ways and pose your question, and I'll hopefully be able to answer it. Anyway, one such question that came in, I think this came in on the live stream a few weeks ago, was someone was asking me about, what's the deal with compression? And, what's it for? Now, it's a big subject, compression. And I'm only going to, in this video, scratch the surface of the smallest corner of it. But in a nutshell, what a compressor does is it acts like an intelligent volume control. It turns quiet signals up and turns the volume down on loud signals. So you can kind of have a predictability, a certain range of volumes that whatever you're kind of whatever noise you're making is going to fall within. And that's a valuable thing to have if you're thinking about monitoring recording levels and so on. There are a whole multitude of uses for compression in a studio setting, and I don't pretend that I know the ins and outs of all of that sort of stuff. If you're looking for advice on that kind of way of using compression, then go and check out some of the excellent tutorials on either Glenn Fricker's Spectre Media Group YouTube channel or Warren Hewitt's Produce Like a Pro. Produce Like a Pro. Loads of great tutorials on using compression on things like using it on a mix or using it on drums and stuff like that. Lots of great info there. What we're going to talk about today, though, is a bit more guitar related. Because as guitarists, we often, building up a pedal board, we think in terms of, well, you're probably going to need a drive pedal and a chorus pedal and a delay pedal and maybe a reverb and a few other bits and pieces. And there's always the compressor, isn't there? And it's like, well, I've read that they're useful. People say that they're useful, but I don't really know what they're useful for. Well, I'm going to show you today what I use a compressor pedal for, when I use one for that matter. And luckily, I've got this one here. This is a little gift that's been sent to me by a very kind chap, I think is called Colm. I do hope I've pronounced his name correctly. And he said he had this Sub-Zero Avalanche compressor pedal going spare. Did I want it to do a video with? So I said, yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Colm. So this Sub-Zero, by the way, is the in-house brand of the music retailer Gear for Music. So what I'm going to do now is just reach down, put this on my pedal board, connect it all up, and I'll show you what kind of things it does. Okay, so I'm back in the room. Now, as I said, what a compressor pedal does is to boost quiet signals and limit or reduce the volume on louder signals. So the compressor's switched off at the moment. So if I just play this note here, this C note at the 5th fret on the G string, and I'll play it with a range of dynamic values, kind of loud and soft, and you'll hear that it'll go loud and soft like this. So there's dynamic range there. The quiet signals sound quiet and the loud signals sound loud. So if I now hit the compressor, you'll hear that you'll still be able to hear the difference in tone between when I'm picking quietly and loudly, but there'll be much less variation in volume. Let's have a listen. And what that does is it has the effect of where is the loudest part of the signal when you're playing a note, especially on a clean guitar tone like I've got going on here. Well, it's right at the beginning, at the transient, so it tends to squash that transient down and make it sound a little bit, well, compressed, for want of a better word. And then as the note is dying away, the compressor is saying, hang on, we're getting a quieter signal coming through now, let's boost that a little bit, which has the effect of, as the note is dying away, if that note which is falling off is getting boosted, it has the effect of boosting the sustain, which if you're playing with a clean guitar sound and you're wanting to play lead styles with that clean guitar sound, that can come in very useful, especially in country kind of genres. If I'm going to play a country solo, then chances are I'm going to use compression somewhere along the way, either in the form of a pedal like this, or I might just use it in guitar rig or something like that. So I'll tell you what, here is this very guitar, this little Faisley Outlaw Series Coyote with the Tone Rider pickups in it that I've been waxing lyrical about very much lately. Here's this guitar playing with a clean sound and a bit of compression in a little bit of a country blues, rockabilly blues country kind of solo that sounds like this. And as usual, there's a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and a jam track for you to play along with for yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these bits and pieces and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everybody who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. So hopefully you could hear there in that piece of music that, by the way, I was plugged into the Marshall DSL1 combo there. I think I was using that setting, yes, on the classic gain channel, and just I had the guitar's volume control dialed back to clean the sound up, and the compressor was giving me that nice kind of fatness to the sound. It was a clean sound, but it wasn't, there was a solidity and a fatness to it, especially, and this is more notable on a Telecaster. When you get up to these kind of frets up here, it does tend to start sounding a bit sort of pingy. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit lacking in body with the notes on a Telecaster when you get up here. But the compressor will give you some of that sort of weight and heft to the notes back if you are, playing up here. So there you go, folks. That is pretty much all I can tell you about how I use compression. You can use it for fattening up a sound like that. It's great if you need a clean boost as well. If you need to do like a Mark Knopfler style lead part, but you don't want to. But your rhythm channel on your amp is kind of set for rhythm guitar volume levels, and you don't want to stomp on the dirty channel foot switch to. Because you don't want that sort of dirty sound. Stomp on the compressor on your clean channel, and it'll give you that little bit of a boost that you can use for soloing. That is, as I say, as a guitar player, what I've always tended to use compression for, and it works great, as you heard, hopefully, in that sort of country setting. So there you go, folks. Hope you've found what I've been blethering on about today useful and informative in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. What, I ask you, is not to like about that? It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.